So another example of using absolute value inequality and kind of tying these together with a compound inequality. Remember, this is our absolute value inequality down here. It's a less than or equal to. And you remember from previous lessons that we looked at absolute value less than or equal to always end up being and inequalities. Okay, so and that means there's a number in between two numbers, so it has to satisfy both at the same time. In this example, it says to write an absolute value inequality and the compound inequality that goes with it for each length. And I'll show you how this works together. And basically, you write the absolute value inequality first, and then you solve the absolute value inequality, and you'll see how you come up with the compound inequality. So here's the values that we like. We would like a length of 36.80. So what is that? That's our desired. With a tolerance of 0.05. So that's our tolerance. So actually we have all the information that we need for this absolute value inequality. We just need to substitute it in. So the actual, as I said before, is going to be x. It's always going to be the variable in your absolute value inequality. Your desired is 36.8. and you have a tolerance of 0.05. So simply plugging those values in, we have our absolute value inequality. We've answered this part of the question by just substituting those values in. So x minus our desired measurement is less than, or needs to be less than, 0.05. Now, that's only part of it. It says to now write the compound inequality. Well, how do we get the compound inequality? Remember, if we simply solve this absolute value inequality like we've done in our previous lessons, we will get the absolute value inequality. So remember, once we have the absolute value isolated, we write our two absolute value inequalities. So we get what's inside the absolute value less than or equal to the positive of this side, and then we have the second one, x what's inside, and remember we reversed the inequality sign and then we do the opposite of this whole side. So we have our two inequalities set up. We go ahead and combine those in the one. It's an and. So then we have this x minus 36.8 less than or greater than negative 0.05 and less than 0.05. Then we can do our shortcut adding 36.8 to all three parts, and then we end up with our compound inequality. So in a problem like this, it's easy, right, to write the absolute value inequality first, and then it's just simply applying your mathematical skills in solving an absolute value inequality, and as we said before, it becomes an and inequality, an and compound inequality. Okay, so tackle your homework, and we'll see you in class.